Good evening and welcome to Universal Spiritualism. I'm Veronica Jenkins and I will be hosting this evening's readings. A few hellos first. Jamie, Adnashnam. Jamie, you've never had a totem animal reading before. No, there's not many totem animal readings out there. But since I've just finished my book on totem animals and I've spent a lot of today trying to get the cards together so I can get a pack of totem animal cards out there. Unfortunately, not going to be that cheap because I found out because it's 127 cards rather than the 78 of a tarot pack, the print cost is a lot more. But if you're interested in having finding out more about totem animals, then you can find my book on Amazon, which is there's a Kindle version on there, there's a paperback version, there's a hardback version as well, and each of the totem animals is in there with their picture and sort of various different things talking about their archetype, their symbolism, how to use them. You can use them with just shuffling the cards and ask a question, and there's a little answer that comes up, questions answered, that's on there. And if you're wanting to use them for personal awakening and development, there is that facility as well. Journal prompts as well, affirmations on there as well. So hopefully they will be really useful. They're not tarot cards. There's 127 of them to start with. So I'm calling them awakening cards because the whole point behind them is to help with the exercises of awakening. And if you're interested in the wider context of awakening, obviously there is Awakening book as well. You can find the links to all of these on my website, Find Me a Medium, books, and just follow the links on there. Okay, right, totem animals. They're incredible creatures. Now, what that people will use totem animals, they'll use power animals, they'll spirit animals, and each are slightly different. Totem animals can both some creature accompanies you in life, or they can be just transitory and come in for the period of time that you need. So often if they are animals that accompany you for life, then you will have just an innate attraction to that animal. My son, since very little, always had a thing about cats. And it's things like that. Have you got an animal that you have felt a close affinity to throughout your life? If you have, then the chances are that is your personal totem animal that will share your life with you, and its qualities will reflect the qualities that you both sort of have, but also you need to develop as well, because remember, we're on a spiritual journey. So that's not about standing still, being the same person all your life. It's about developing it as you as a person. Okay, so if anybody would like a totem reading, then if you've had a sort of sense that an affinity to a type of animal through your life, then let me know what that is and we'll give you a reading based on that. If you know idea and just the universe to draw you on, just say that you're drawn to that you want me just to do one on that basis. And although I haven't got the card and I haven't finished setting them up, then let me know that you want the universe to decide, because on my website, and you can see at the bottom of the page, if you go to that page, then the page, every time you go to it and refresh it, it will bring an animal to you, random animal. But if you believe that the universe works through random acts, then that is what the universe is bringing you at this current time. So if you want to, Charlene, you're saying wolf. There was Nicole, you're saying a cat. Melissa was elephants. Yes, Jamie, dragons do count, and have got a dragon. Interesting enough, when I was putting the totem animals together, I didn't just stick to everyday animals. There's mythological ones in there. I did originally have some Harry Potter animals and Lord of the Rings animals, but unfortunately it's copyright, so I couldn't. But there's things like basilisks, and I know Harry Potter's got basilisks in, but they're in mythology a long time before Harry Potter. Same as the Sphinx. Sphinx is in their genitals there. So, Jamie, you've always loved dragons as well. Okay, right. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Who am I drawn to? So, sorry, I'm just bringing up the pictures so people can see the pictures. Oh, come on. I thought I'd got all up, and of course, when it comes down to it, I haven't. There we are. Right. Can you see? Can you see the pictures on my phone there? Okay, that's a bat. So let's have a look for the dragon for you. Who was it that said dragon? That was Jamie, wasn't it? You were right. You were in right at the beginning, Jamie. So let's have a look for the dragon for you. And I can show you the picture as long as I can find it. Okay. All right. This would be so much easier once I've got my cards, because then I can just show the cards, can't I? Rather than having to scroll through. Right. So let me just. There's your dragon. Okay, Jamie. Now, as you would imagine with dragons, they are very powerful magical creatures, and they symbolize the sorry, Andrea, I haven't got different types of dragons. I've just got one type of dragon. That's it there. Okay. Powerful magical creatures. They're about awakening. They're about recognizing that the power that we have within ourselves. That at times can be a little bit frightening as well, especially when we recognize that power within ourselves, how much that can actually affect other people as well. So part of the power of the dragon is putting things into action. With these creatures being both shadow animals and totem animals, shadow work obviously being working on the sides of yourself that you need to evolve, I would say, Jamie, are there times where you find it difficult to put into practice all of the ideas and the thoughts and the creativity that you have, and it kind of gets to the point of I've got all of this and I'm really keen to do it, and then it doesn't quite happen? We understand, Jamie, because that's my feeling with this dragon, that's part of the shadow work that you need to work on at the moment, of actually getting these things into action. Start small. Okay, don't try and achieve it all at once, because it never happens. It's too big, too massive. You start small. Get the little things done first. Get the everyday things done first. Once they're done, then you can focus on the bigger things. If you focus on the things all the time and you don't get everyday things, then everything kind of piles up. So take your time, take a breath, use that dragon energy, use it to get things done. Okay, Jamie, hope you enjoyed that. Dawn, there's a few people with wolves, and I've just seen Dawn's comment there. Do keep commenting, everybody, because I work quite quickly and I haven't got time to scroll back through all the comments. Please do keep commenting. Wolf, that'll be right at the end, isn't it? Dawn, that's wolf, right? Oh, not nearly there. That's a P. S. Weasel. So it's going to be weasel. Wolf. Okay. Right. You see, he's a lovely chap. Absolutely lovely chap. Dawn. And the wolves are very much pack animals. Animals that will have a leader of that pack. And what I'm getting this with you is that pack is family, and you're very much a matriarch within that family as such, Dawn, that your mum and everybody comes to you and you're leading within that, okay? And this is for Dawn. A pin on the script should be see on the screen who it is, yeah? But with this, I've got little ones that need to be put into line. And again, the wolf is very family based within that and keeps the family tight because they need to protect them. They're worried about them. They need to protect them. So I know at the moment that you must have concerns around the family and you're wanting to protect the little ones in the family. But you're doing it with so much love. You can see gorgeous face in there. Yeah, there's so much love in his eyes and his face, and that's how you keep the family together, through that love. I'm getting, you would understand mom, or a lady that would play mum role in your life in spirit place, because as I'm working, she's very much jumping in because she's saying you were very much, she was very much like that as well, that family was so important to her, and she's so proud of you, of the way that you've managed the last couple of years, I want to say. Oh, it's your grandma, lovely. How you've managed the last couple of years, because it's been really challenging, really difficult. You would understand somebody of an old generation to yourself who's not been well and needed caring for and support. And again, it's pulling that family together to help. So it's not just one, although I don't get the sense there is just one. Would you understand where there's 3 ways as well? So she was one of 3, or you are one of 3, or you have 3 children. So I want these readings to be quite quick and just give a sense of how the totem animals work. And I know I'm slipping into spirit. I did say to spirit earlier that if they want to join in, then just join in tonight. I wasn't just going to stick to the totems. Okay, so Dawn, take the strength of the wolf, take the love of the wolf, and you just bear with it, okay? There's just so much love there for you, okay? Right, you have 3 grandchildren, Dawn. That's lovely. It was very much okay. So Bernigia, you're saying dolphin. And I would guess, because dolphin is just such a archetypal creature, that there will be quite a few people that have a resonance with dolphins. So let me bring the dolphin up. Okay, can you see the dolphin? Isn't he lovely? Okay, so Bernie, dolphins. Dolphins very much the joy bringer, working with emotions as well, and just wanting joy at the moment. It's as though you've been through the last 5 years of being quite a time that you really need some upbringing, you need some joy in your life, you need some excitement. And this is why you're drawn to the dolphin at the moment, because you need that lightness that the dolphins are, the freedom, the sense of just flowing through life and bringing lightness in. And this is why you're drawn to this the dolphins at the moment, because of needing this lightness, needing this joy and this upbringing. There's a lady and a gentleman in spirit who are talking about 5 children. So you would know where the 5 children are. But I feel, as I'm saying that, there's 2 of the 5 that are actually in spirit. Okay. And Arthur, Teresa, ask the question again, and I can't. Sorry, I can't focus. I'm useless. I can't do 2 things at once, and I don't want to lose the connection I've got for Bernie. Okay, but Teresa, please do ask that question again when I finish this reading, so I can answer the question. The lady and gentleman in spirit, I've got a smell of cigarette smoke around, but also cigar smoke as well. But less so the cigar, more the cigarette. Oh, there's 3 in spirit. Okay. More the sense from the gentleman that he could have this fun side, but he's also got quite a grumpy side. And with Mum, the lady, it's like she's rolling her eyes. And that would be a typical expression for Mum, rolling her eyes at your dad there. Okay. There's a comfortable love there, a love that's built up over the years. It's not the sort of fireworks and all the rest of it. It's just really comfortable and secure as well. And they just bring that love to you. And it's the kind of saying, forget the sparks. Forget that's the sparks. And that how important just comfortable is, and how at peace that is. And yes, have the joy. It doesn't mean you've got to have the excitement all the time. Joy can be just in the everyday, taking one step at a time, just sitting in the garden and watching the butterflies and watching the birds and feeling at peace within yourself. There's much joy in that as overt excitement. And you know, maybe I'm getting old, but that loud excitement just doesn't do it anymore. And this is what Mum's bringing in, this much more mature, heart-based love and joy. And that's what she's bringing to you, Bernie. Okay, so I'm going to leave you with your Mum and Dad's love, and thank you for working with me. Right, Teresa, you did have a question. Where was it? Right. Is it possible to more than one or non-all multiple animals and around outside in the evenings? Absolutely. You can have lots of different animals that come in at different times of your life, because your life changes, you change. And with each different period of your life, there's an animal that will reflect what's happening in that part of your life. That could be there for a few hours, because it could be the bear that wants to be big and strong and support and just give you that thump of strength there. Or it could be the butterfly, because you need to be transient. You need to be like Valerie there. You need to just take flight in your mind and find, just for fractions of time, this beauty. Okay. Or there might be just a time, like Mel saying, a tiger or a lion, where you need that bit of a bite, and you need the one thing with tigers and lions or the comment, Mel, is that you need to bide your time. Okay. That tigers and lions don't attack all the time at all. They take their time and they plan out and they strategize and they come at situations calmly and then pounce when everything is in the right place. And it's like you're going at it too quickly. Okay, so that was a very quick one, please. Starlight, you want me to pull a card? Well, they're not cards. It's on the link at the bottom, but I will get the website to give me a random. Okay, it's not working because it's been giving me a dove. So it obviously wants to give you a dove. Okay, now the doves obviously symbolizes peace. The dove symbolizes inner peace more than anything else, and at the moment that's what you really, really need, Starlight, is that peace inside. Things have been a bit chaotic, haven't they? And you're feeling as though you're being pulled from pillar to post, and to bring you peace. And it's like your mind's going 10 to the dozen. You know, there's one thought after another thought after another thought after another thought, and it's coming in to calm your mind, because sleep's not good at the moment either. Starlight, are you still there, please? Just comment just so I know that you're still there, and I haven't just gone to somebody that disappeared off again. Linda Dunn, I'm going to come to you because you keep jumping at me with the seahorse as well. So Starlight, I haven't heard anything back from you, love, and I know it takes a while for comments to come through, but that does is around you bringing that peace to your mind and your heart and your. So who done Linda Dunn, where have you gone? There we are, Linda. Okay, you had a seahorse. Okay, so let's find a picture of a seahorse. Seahorse. So as I say, this will be quicker once I've actually got my cards printed, but in the meantime, see, I even got the book. How did it? Got PDFs. Oh, you are there, the Starlight. Okay, I hope that made sense to you. Okay, I haven't even got the printed book yet. They arrive on Thursday. I've done them all on the computer and haven't printed them out. So this is why I'm using them on the phone. But there's your seahorse. Isn't he cute? Isn't he cute? Right, seahorses. The wonderful thing about seahorses are that it's the only creature I'm aware of in nature where the men that give birth to the babies. Did you know that? And it's about shared responsibility within that, but it's also seahorses anchor themselves by their tails. Okay, so I know at the moment you need a bit of grounding. Okay, whereas a seahorse will twist their tails round seaweed to anchor themselves, so when the tides are going backwards and forwards, they're not away in deeper sea, etc. And it's like you need some grounding at the moment because you feel at risk of being swept away with emotions, and that there's conflicting emotions within. So it's a patience. It's about just feeling grounded by just having a bit of patience. Okay, because if you if you're not careful, you will be swept away by situations that are actually outside of your control. So it's about centering yourself back. It's about recognizing, actually, this is you. This is you now. It's not just in your head. It's you being in the now. Okay, because we can spend a lot of time in our heads in the past or even in the future, and the challenge is to be grounded in now, and this is what I feel Seahorse bringing in for you. One of the things with seahorses is that they do give birth to loads, hundreds, absolutely hundreds of little seahorses, and they're tiny, 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 tiny many things. And they give birth to so many because they're eaten by fish and anything that's in the sea will eat seahorses. So that there's multiples of these little baby seahorses born. And with it, would you understand teaching or being in an environment where there's loads of kids, because I'm just seeing loads of kids around, and each one being so unique and so wonderful, so annoying, but brilliant, okay, and you having a role in protecting and molding these incredible young people. Okay, so yeah, Linda, that just enjoy, take responsibility, but remember to keep yourself grounded and ground them, help them to ground themselves, and get them to reflect upon, what were you thinking at that point? What can you think about next time that will not get you into this position now, etc. Okay, so you can really help with that grounding of those young people, especially the young men that seem to be problematic at the moment for you. Okay, right, Valerie, I was saying, I actually have got a robin in my totem. It's not one of the birds I actually created. Not sure why, because I like robins as well. And where I spend a lot of my life at my caravan in Wales, and there's robins all around here, and they're always there. They're brilliant. There was robin today, one of the groundsmen had got worm in his hand and was coming and getting it. So I don't know why I haven't got robins. Isn't that funny? Okay, so Valerie, I'll do a robin reading even though it's not in the pack. Okay, robins with his red breast. I know Christmas, you would understand a passing at Christmas of a gentleman with this robin, okay, and his red breast, and it's this pom 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 pom, that Christmas song, and you would have memories of that Christmas carol of the pom pom on around Christmas time. Okay, Valerie, and this gentleman is making me aware there was problems with this area, and the cough and his breathing was really difficult towards the end of his life. I know he was a smoker, but would you understand him being left-handed as well, please? Because I'm holding the cigarette with my left hand rather than my right hand. It wasn't because he was... It might have been that he was right-handed, but there was a problem with his right hand, so he had to smoke with his left hand in the end. Is this making sense? Why I'm getting that with the left hand? Anyway, and Dad, pops. I don't know why pops, but that's what I'm getting there. And he's giving me the sense that he would have been quite balding on the top there as well. Okay, and personality wise, just lovely gentleman. He had his yeah, you know, horny side kind of thing about. But let's face us, all of us can be a bit snappy at times, and you know, express our emotions quite vocally at times. But I feel that he would be very sorry and upset afterwards, that, oh no, why have I done that, you know. And you would understand a situation at the moment where you're feeling guilty about an event that has happened, even though I don't feel that you're especially responsible for it, but there's this sense of guilt there. And you know, I wish that hadn't happened, and it's making me feel a bit uncomfortable kind of thing. And getting this is why robins, you're attached to the robins, because I feel robins are linked somehow with forgiveness as well. Now it's spirit that's giving me that, because I wasn't aware of that. I'll check that out later. But the sense of forgiveness, but it's that forgiveness is as much about forgiving yourself. Okay, you would understand a little one in spirit that either passed through a miscarriage or shortly after birth, and if that's not directly with you, look around close to you. Okay, I sense that was a little girl, but there is a little boy in spirit as well as I'm saying that, and I've got all sorts of goose pimples with this, and you must sense this little boy close to you at times. So I'm getting goose pimples all the way down my right hand side, all the way down my legs, my arms. So that's how you must feel when this little boy's close. Okay, now I feel he's actually working with you to support you from the spirit world, if you want to call him one of your guides. That's fine. Okay, but he comes with so much light and laughter and joy for you. Okay, and I'm saying he's holding his hands out and going back to the robins, and he's got robins, loads of robins, loads and loads of robins in his hands. And actually, Valley, you must sense spirit, because it's almost as though each robin is a loved one in spirit, and he's helping you match these loved ones in spirit to people on the earth plane, and making that communication possible and helping you with that mediumship. Okay, darling, so I hope that makes sense. And it just incredible energy for this little boy. So please accept him, and thank you for letting me work with you. Okay, and thank you for that validation as well. Right. Let's see. If you're not sure of which animals, polar bear. Again, I don't think I've actually got polar bears. So let me get you a bear. Sure, I didn't do a polar bear. I've got the sense that, and I don't know why, because yeah, let me bring the bear up, because obviously there are similarities, but bear. There's a bear. Right, there's your bear. Okay, he's a lovely, isn't he? Okay, and bears, and I want to say on the back of that, polar bears are about vulnerability, and I feel that one of the main differences between the bears and the polar bears is that the whiteness of the polar bears reflects the spiritual nature of the polar bear. And the archetypal image of the polar bear is this great big bear protecting its little ones on the ice, isn't it? And it's protecting the idea, taking those little ones as ideas and concepts. It's about protecting yourself and your beliefs and your ideas in that spiritual realm. Okay. So Julie, you'd understand that further development happening for you and evolving for you, okay? And this protection of the vulnerable, because you feel vulnerable inside, this massive vulnerability that you feel inside, okay? And wanting something big and strong and sometimes aggressive. Polar bear shows how vulnerable inside that you actually do feel at times, okay? And the way to spiritually not feel so vulnerable is to recognize that spiritual strength that you have within yourself. And this is the same for everybody out there. If you feel vulnerable inside, it's about finding that space in yourself where you feel safe, building on that and developing you as a strong, confident individual from the inside out. You don't get strength from the outside, you get strength from the inside, okay? And this is why it's the polar bear, because the polar is reflecting, as ice does, reflecting the shadow work that needs to be done. Okay, Mel, you had a polar bear in a meditation and a visitation in dream, so you would again recognize this vulnerability. And Julie, before I leave you, would you understand sister in the spirit world, please, Julie? Or if not, blood sister, biological sister. I want a lady that would have been like a sister to you in spirit, okay? And like she's calling out for you to no, okay. I want Mel. Am I when I transferred across to you and brought your comment up? Did you did I pick that up from you? Oh, you saying yes, Julie? Okay, Julie, I'm confused. Which are you saying yes to, love? Okay, and which are you saying no to? Okay, because it could well be I over to the sister. Okay, because I jumped across to her, which is why I shouldn't do that, because I get the links mixed up. They all jump in at the same time. Okay, while I'm just waiting for Julie's response there, just to remind everybody, I'm doing these readings on the back of publishing my new book, which is Universal Spirit, Totem Animals. Okay, and you can either get the Kindle, you can get the paperback, or you can get the hardback book. And I'm currently working on okay, so did you say yes? I'm currently working on the actual cards, so you can see that's how the hardback and the Kindle look. Okay, and so each animal has its picture, and it's got its archetype, its symbolic meaning, journal point prompts. You can use it to help you journal on your awakening journey. shadow work focus, so when you need to work upon an element of your internal self that you want to strengthen up and just develop, then shadow work focus prompts are really useful for that. Questions answered. Often when we do tarot cards kind of thing, we want the question answered, don't we? So just a quick answer, and the quick answers reflect the nature of total, so it will give you an answer there. Okay, and then there's the affirmations, just to give you a bump of energy and what you need for a day. So you can draw your totem animal at the beginning of the day and say, right, this is what I need for today. So Susan I don't know what's happened to Julie there. So Susan Carey, I can't see what that is. If that's a tiger, let's give you a tiger, shall we? I'll find a picture for a tiger so everybody can see the tiger. Where are we? No, a hedgehog is nowhere near a tiger. Parrot, still not got the tiger. This. Sorry, once I get the cards done, then this would be so much easier. Do people want me to tell you what animals are? Because we're kind of just sticking with the same animals with people. And maybe because you're not aware of all the different animals, because there's 127. There's your tiger. Okay. So Susan, right, I'm just looking at this picture. You can see in this picture, I know the tiger's there and it's primal energy, but there's this path there, and I feel that refers to your spiritual path, Susan, that you are asking for strength to follow your spiritual path, and that it's about going inside and just recognizing the strength that you already have, because I feel that there's times that you lack confidence, and this is why you want the tiger with you, because the tiger is kind of giving you some confidence. And the way with stripes with it is that it can your confidence can swing, cross over the different colors there. So sometimes you can come across quite confident, but other times that you're really not feeling very confident at all. And you'd understand a lady in spirit that had quite a bit of indigestion, tummy problems plays prior to us. I feel it would have carried a bit of weight on her, but she did used to suffer with indigestion there as well, please. I feel that this is probably Gran. And okay, was it Gran that used to walk around barefooted as well? Because she's drawing me to her feet and just without having shoes on, just walking barefoot. She's really grounded as a result of that. Is this making sense to you, Susan, please? And with this tiger, it's like the tiger's bringing Nan in on the back of, because Nan very much symbolized it. No, I presume you mean the ladies. Not making sense to you. Okay. Is that the not wearing the shoes, or is that the condition that she had prior to her panel? I'm not in spirit. Okay. I don't know what the no has to. I'm sorry. Whether it's no, nothing of that is right. Oh, the feet. Okay. Right. So but you would understand Nan having the indigestion, etc. So she's still showing me with her feet. So I'm going to take this as Nan is saying that you need to be more grounded. Take your shoes and socks off. Get your feet on the ground and feeling the grass and the mud and the soil underneath your feet, and get some real grounding, because I feel that at times everything's in your head rather than just in your being. Okay, and getting grounded, getting into nature is as much a spiritual act than prayers and things that are coming out of your head. Okay, you are a human being on a spiritual journey, and in that you are a spiritual being on a human journey. Okay, so enjoy the human part of you as well. And this is where the tiger is very much an earthly animal as well. Okay, and just grounding yourself and taking that passion of the tiger as well, and really embodying that within you. Okay, what I'm getting shown is pictures of tigers and drawing tigers. So I don't know whether you understand drawing pictures of tigers and those expressing in a creative way. Okay, and especially the stripes and the colors within that. So it's almost like mindfulness as well, because you can do a lot of these colorings, can't you, as a mindfulness exercise, where it helps just to clear the mind and just get into a state of being. Okay, and it's just helping you be that zone. Okay, so I'll leave that with you, Susan, and thank you for working with me. So I'll just let everybody know the names of some, not names, the types of animals that we've got that you can choose from, because it might be just hearing them that you suddenly think, oh yes, that's what I need. That's what I wanted all along. Right, here's my list. Right, I've got alligator, a moose, okay, ape, armadillo, badger, basilisk, bat, bear, beaver, bee, boar, buffalo, butterfly, camel, caribou, cat, caterpillar, chameleon, cheetah, Cheshire cat, chimera, cow, crab, crocodile, crow, deer, dog, dolphin, donkey, dove, dragon, eagle, earwig, elephant, falcon, firefly, flamingo, fox, frog, gazelle, giraffe, goat, goose, fin, hamster, hawk, hedgehog, horse, hummingbird, ibex, bawak, jaguar, jellyfish, kangaroo, koala, kraken, ladybird, ladybug, ladybird, lamb, leopard, lion, lizard, locust, lynx, magpie, mantis, meerkat, minotaur, Moby Dick, mock turtle, mole, monkey, mouse, narwhal, octopus, otter, panther, parrot, pegasus, penguin, phoenix, pigeon, platypus, puka, porcupine, quetzalcoatl, rabbit, raccoon, ram, raven, and we've also got pose raven too, rooster, scorpion, seahorse, seal, shark, sheep, skunk, sloth, snake, sphinx, spider, squirrel, starfish, swan, swordfish, tanuki, thunderbird, tiger, toad, turkey, turtle, unicorn, vulture, walrus, wasp, weasel, whale, white rabbit, wolf, woodpecker, yeti, and zebra. Okay, so lots there, 127 of them, and each of them have their own qualities that could well be important to you. Okay, so let's see, Alison, ape. That's our first one, isn't it? Oh no, alligators. It's the fourth one. So, ape. Right, there's the picture of an ape. Okay. And the thing with apes are they are a mirror consciousness of ourselves, because apes, of all of the animals, are the nearest to human beings. So as such, they can be used totem-wise as a reflection for us. So Alison, in choosing the ape, it says to me that actually you are very spiritually aligned. You have a very deep understanding of your own spirit, of spirit as well, outside of you, that there is a natural understanding of how the world is and how you are with it. That actually what you see in other people is a reflection of different facets of yourself, and things that you find irritating in another, you recognize, well, actually, is that a quality that I need to work on me? Okay, so you're very spiritually aware in that sense, okay, by choosing that ape. And it's like that you walk hand in hand with spirit on this journey. You're an old soul, okay. And it's almost as though you don't need me to do this reading at all, and you're probably just as interested in getting the cards once they're printed. And oh, you have an orangutan there too. And like the tarot, the tarot, one of the most powerful ways of using tarot to do your readings, because then you are learning about yourself, okay. And with these cards, they are going to be I'm calling them awakening cards, not tarot cards, not oracle cards, they're awakening cards. They are specifically designed to help you on your awakening journey. So I could see you really enjoying just using them for self-reflection and self-development, because there are times, like with journaling, that you can come to a stop and, oh, like that, I'm not sure. And it just gives you the confidence to go forward with what you're doing. Okay, so thank you for working with me, and brilliant card to draw there with the ape there. Okay. Trish Cook. Trish, have I done one for you? Yeah. Obviously not. I presume you wouldn't. So Swan, no, because I haven't one yet, have I? That's fine for you all. L P shark. So he's quite the sheep there. Right, snake, sphinx. Can't scroll. A lot of this starfish. Starfish is a really pretty one. All right. There's the picture of the swan. Okay, it's funny, I was looking at this one again this evening, because I worked with AI to produce all of these images. If you've worked with AI, it can be a real pain at times when it wants to do something creative and you don't want it. But the swan is very elegant, okay. It's one of these, it's like duck that paddle underneath. They look very serene on top, but they're doing a lot of paddling underneath. And you can see how graceful its neck is. And I want to say that, Trish, you've got a lot of kind and beautiful thoughts, I want to say. And like the ripples in the pond there, it's like you recognize that every act that you do has ripples and impacts on the people that are around you. And you recognize that already. You recognize that instinctually. Where I think that you had perhaps worry is that you look for perfection. Like the swan is just beautiful, isn't it? You look for perfection and you feel you're not perfect. And therefore, you're always trying to be this perfection. Okay. And what part of the shadow work to do with the swan is to actually accept yourself as the beautiful, perfect spirit you actually already are. Okay. It's not about doing anything different other than accepting you. Okay. Accepting your spirit, your love, and the beauty of who you are. Okay. So take the swan, take the beauty of the swan, and take that mirror of the water, because water is a mirror, a form of mirror, isn't it? And look at the swan in the mirror and see yourself, because that is what is there. Okay, you're drawn for the swan for a reason, as we are with all of our totems. Okay, that oh gosh, okay. And as I'm speaking there, you would understand a lady in spirit who just comes in with this beautiful, calm energy. She's very serene in herself. She would have dressed very nicely. Her nails would have been very nicely done. And she had a lovely perfume as well, a lovely scent to herself. And you smell her perfume, and she's beautiful, beautiful lady, and she comes with this serenity around you, and you're just so much like your mum, Trish, so much like your mum. You feel that you're not, and you're always holding yourself up to the idealism of your concept of mum, but actually your spirit, her spirit, are beautiful, beautiful spirits. Okay. And take her with you. Okay. Thank you ever so much, everyone, for joining me this evening. If I have sort of whet your appetite into animal totems, then you can go onto my website, findmeamedium.com, and go onto the book section, and there's the links to the books there. You can either buy the PDF off on my actual website, and that's for £4. And I am offering free email readings, not in-person readings, just email reading for everybody who buys a PDF off my website. I can't offer the same on Amazon because they don't give me the details of who's buying on Amazon. All I get is numbers. Okay. Whereas off my website, I do get your email. Okay, when you register to buy. So I can offer you an email reading if you're buying a PDF of the book on the website. If you just to get, if you want a physical book or Kindle version, then they're all on Amazon. Okay. I have tried to keep the cost low, but because it's colour, it is more expensive. Okay, because Amazon charges an absolute fortune to print in colour. Your black and white books are fine, but I didn't think it was worth producing a black and white version of the Totem Animals, because part of the message is in its colour, and in it the sense that you get with the colours, because you can take meaning from colours as well. So as I say, I hope you've enjoyed this evening. Thank you so much for joining me. And I've just realised I didn't bring my diary to let you know what we've got on tomorrow. It's Wednesday tomorrow, so I know we've got Archangel Healing at 6 o'clock. I think we've got Kirsty at 11 o'clock in the morning, Kirsty Ashton. I need to confirm that with her. And then tomorrow night we've got Julie Dryber with messages at 8 o'clock tomorrow night. So lovely rest of the evening, and I hope to see you again soon. Night.